Bigbossjock. Continuing on, day 56 of the protest. Episode 33 of the radio show. My 750. Radio. Rey Belde. Vivo y directo. Poderoso. 750. Soy yo. Gran Jefe. Nuestro Señor aquí alentó a mí. Es que me ayuda a hacer la rima. Nosotros hacemos la línea por línea. This will be the last segment today because, well, the batteries are gone. Rechargeables, I don't seem to charge so well. I haven't charged them. They said they were pre-charged. I went through $120 worth of batteries in a year and 10 months. I know, because I know how much money I had in the last year and 10 months. Not much, and that was a big part of the money that I had. Another day doing the same. Being humiliated out here in front of the F.B.I. field office. End date, I'm on site. Clive and Bundy. Tell you what, any of you people decide to show up, see, this is what I'm surprised. And you can say I must be keeping this quiet. Because I know out there's people, they just want to cause trouble. But I'll tell you what, don't show up here. Because that's not what this is about. And what they did wrong, Clive and Sons, let's see, there's Ryan and you Ammon or Amon. I hear it both ways. I think there's two M's in your name. I'll go for Ammon, like Aaron. What happened on their situation? What were the statements made from the newcomers? Burns, Oregon. One made the statement they're going to go all the way. And it was regurgitated again, was repeated on the mainstream media. Suicidal, going to go all the way, give their life. Maybe needs be suicide on their way out. I mean, they're going to go all the way. That's not the statement to make. Not at all. The other one, confrontational. His statements was that he was ready to engage. Well, so are they. Why encourage? Don't give them the excuse. When I heard the statements, there was two specifically. One was that they were willing to give their life, and the other one, ready to engage. Invited. Their statements directed. These people are mind controlled. They appear as if they're normal. There's millions of them in the Yankee territory. MK Ultra's been going on for years and years and years, decades, since the 40s. We're talking 4th generation, 5th generation MK Ultra. This is where we're at now. When I saw those statements, I realized they're getting set up. They allowed that the others participated too much. And the shooting of his mirror, I don't remember his name. He was one of the participants. And then he took off, he rabbited. And they knew he would do that. That's why they shot the mirror. He should have been a martyr, stepped out of the truck, put his hands up and took the bullets. And showed the world, take me right here. There was no way he was going to get away. I understand though the mistake. Sometimes I feel that way. And before I get in the car, this is to each and every one of you rebels, I used to carry contraband in the car, enough contraband to give me 9 to 10 years. I decided before I picked up that contraband, will I pull over? If that copper gets behind me, will I pull over? You decide before you get in that car. Will you give your life for the package? Well, if you're presented a knife, how are you going to protect yourself? Are you going to give up the package? Okay, then you will fight if they have a knife. Then think a little bit about how that fight might be. If they pull a gun on me, will I defend myself or will I give up the package? Okay, I'm going to go all the way for the package. If they pull the gun, what should I try to do? because I know that I'm going to keep the package. Go for the wrist. Pull off the shots. Don't wait. Make sure they get shot. Have that in your mind already. It'll help you to react. That way you don't need to make that decision. It's already made before you began the operation. A little difficult with no music. I know how to use it. Stay with the beat. Now I'm just right here next to the street, losing the rhythm of the cars, their wheels on the road, swishing by. Yes, the rhythm of life. And if needs be, turn on the faucet. That does the trick for me. Any kind of rhythm, then I can keep going. If there's no rhythm, then it's really difficult. And the more wound up my mind, meaning the more I'm about to explode, the more difficult it is to maintain control without a rhythm. I have music always, as much often as I can in my life. If I get the choice, meaning it's my decision, what's going to be heard is going to be music. This is the way it worked out for me. See, and I understand John's hanging in there, and I'm going to feel bad when I hear these recordings. There's also another part. This is very difficult. I'm a man that's 47 years old. I started buying that house when I was 27 years old. I started living there off and on when I was a teenager. I moved there when I was 2 years old and was the sperm receptacle. I stayed that all my years. Except for Edith, she didn't have sperm. She had a vagina. I was there to sexually service, be heard by everyone. I mean, I mentioned what happened with the RS Camaro the other day. I was going to get it. I always wanted a 67 or 68. It's parked 2 blocks away, $2,700, a real RS. David, with the same last name that I have today, he came over, gamma-rayed me, had me do the deal, get the car for $1,800, did the body work on both his cars, a GTO, 70 GTO, and because he tortured me, sexually abused me. My daughter was there. I wasn't spending the time with her. I was working on his car. Didn't know why I needed to get his car done and be so nice. For nothing. I do really nice body work. Call it good. I want to say really. Good enough. Nah. I can paint also. And he had me being his bozo. These things hurt. You see, and he was directed from the command center. It wasn't just he gets to do anything he wants. That's a good idea, and they encourage. And he has a chain yanker. And it goes up command. I'm tired of this. Well, back in the 90s, when I was buying the house, I understood. The deal with Edith was, I called her grandma. I saw that she wasn't going to be able to live there on her own. She couldn't take care of the house. And the older she got, she was going to have a difficult time taking care of herself. And I wanted her to know that I cared about her. Could say I loved her. And that I didn't want to see her go to a convalescent home. I also wasn't going to invest into a house that was going to be given to another one of her children. And John wouldn't have got it. He's always messing up. He wasn't a favorite one. She would have gave it to another one. And I wasn't going to invest into a house that I wasn't going to own. It's that simple. I wanted to help. And the way I looked at it was, I was going to make money. If I'm going to make money, everyone's going to benefit. And this is how we benefit. Fixed up the house. Also was going to buy the house. And was making payments. Problem, this is where it never worked out. Edith, and I called her grandma. As long as you're here, it'll be your house. We'll refer to it as your house. There's 2 houses, a big house and a little house. And the big house is 1,000 square feet, and the little house is 200 square feet. I live in the back house. It remained being called the back house, called the back room, and I remained the mouse. Because when there was no more drug money, I got left out. And everyone pretended as if I never made a deal. And the more years that went on, well, that deal never existed. And somehow, I wasn't allowed to make any more money. And I know how. Right there from the command center. That's why I'm standing here today. If I had money, I wouldn't be a slave. And we're not talking a whole lot of money. There's a lot of people that know I need a radio. It's under $100, I'll be denied one. I'm full of fury. No, I will get that radio someday during my life. I will. I just will. I'm 47 years old. That's my goal. Before I'm 65, I'm going to get that radio. No. Back to the 90s. I was working the deal with the house. Paying the payments, paying the bills. Phone bill, $500 to $800 a month. To keep Palinka, well, she needed to keep me away so that Roger could be my daughter's, her husband and my daughter's father, the one she calls Dad and Poppy. Poppy back then and then Dad now. Father also. So it worked out. This is Roger, who was in my life when I was a baby, and ever since then. And I was never aware of who he is. Didn't know he existed. I wasn't able to listen to music unless Edith, she went on a family reunion. She did that once a year. Well, then I could turn on the stereo. Except for John didn't really, he wasn't too much into music, but he didn't care too much either. He'd stay more in his room. He understood I was buying the house, and the house was going to be in Nikki's name as my daughter. And I had the contract, and the house was, the payments appeared as if she made the payments. 90s. I listen to music, and I have all my life. I didn't look forward to the day that Edith wouldn't be there, and I understood that it was her house. That's the deal that I made with her. Also wasn't included. I mean, I get a feel as if it was part of mine. Yeah, exactly, but not in the wording. And there was a gamma ray, and I was getting hustled the whole time. And keep playing the game, it'll never be yours. You think because you mow the lawn, you can own the house? And that's what it turned into for the mouse. Well, John, now he does the same thing. Except for today, it was the first day I turned on the stereo. He didn't seem to mind. So, in the little room that I sit on the computer, I'll listen quietly to the stereo. Someday, when I get to be a man, well, then I'll have my music room, and I can listen to my music at any volume I choose. Can you imagine that, people? I'm 47 years old, and someday in my life, I might be able to control the volume. Imagine that. I mean, it is a dream. It might never happen. It is an aspiration. Someday, maybe. I mean, I spent 4 years alone in Iquitos, except for I was bozo, and they had a remote control coming into my house, home invasion. They had federal agents up on the 3rd floor. They have to roll away. I'm a little tired. Yes, I am. Bigbossjock. My point is, yeah, on the music, this is 17. I still don't get to listen to the music. I just don't. Yeah, I dreamed of listening to the music, having the music. I can't have music. I just can't. The cars don't have stereos. I can't have music. At least there's a car with a blown head gasket, linking transmission, and I can list off 10 other main components that are worn out. The Mercedes with 300,000 miles on it, and yeah, it still rolls. The valve's about to go though, and it's going to smash into that piston when it does. And it's a whole lot of work to change that head. It'll probably take me a week or two. I could have rebuilt it for free in the engine rebuilding class that I took for a couple of years. It doesn't matter. It would have been given away when I wasn't here. The whole objective when I wasn't here, the psychological operation, dismantle my life. The only thing that was preserved, really nice, my memories from jail, from 585 days of the lockup, every book placed in a filing cabinet. Yeah. I finally got rid of the shrine, the puzzles that were to remind me of the time that I spent doing puzzles instead of being with my daughter after I got out of jail and had a 3-year parole mandate that I wasn't to have contact with my daughter. And, of course, by the F.B.I. Good afternoon, ma'am. Well, of course, they're right there, part of the lie, the deception, keeping me a slave. And pretending that I was just another individual off the street. If there's nothing on their screen, nothing in the archives, that they didn't know I was in a program that they were enforcing. And they're just one of the many. And I'm here all these years later. No daughter in my life for 13 and a half years. But I should remember I wasn't there in the beginning. Gamma Raid, I was looking at the fence at Crawford Ranch for 3 weeks. Thought I was at Iquitos, Peru with my family. Been there for a month. No, only for 5 days. Yeah. Rest of the time, eating jail lunches, staring at a fence on the Crawford Ranch. Yep. Bigbossjock. Day 56 of the protest. Episode 33 of the radio show. Signing off. Until tomorrow. El Poderoso. 750. Radio Rebelde. Soy yo. El Gran Jefe. Al entro a mí. Nuestro Señor. Es quien me ayuda a hacer la rima. Y yo digo gracias a nuestro Señor. Yo, el Gran Jefe, firmando fuera.